Hello and welcome everyone to this week's COT review. I'm Thomas from COTbase.com. Today we're going to have a look at the 26th COT report in 2014. As usual, we're going to start off with the changes in commercials positions, so here we go. As you can see, we've got Dow Jones on top of our list with a 31% change in commercials positions. We've got 28 in large speculators and 31 again in small speculators. You can see the changes over here. Larger than average, but as you can see, we do see greater changes on this 1 year's chart. And as you can see, I'll show you that more or less these changes are pretty effective, as you may see in Dow Jones. So in this particular case, we have a bearish change signal that may possibly push prices a bit lower in the near future. Of course, very important, the 5 years chart showing us a more wider picture. Looking at the COT Extreme, you can see that we had this bullish extreme not long ago, having commercials and large speculators very close to the zero line. You can see these examples in the past when price reacted to that signal. We've moved away from that level a bit. But of course, there's still a lot of space to get to a really large bearish extreme level. Moving on to orange juice, where we have a 22% change in commercials positions, a bullish change signal. Again, definitely much larger than average. There are not as many large changes in orange juice on this 1 year's chart, as you can see, but similarly to the Dow Jones, you may find a strong correlation between these larger changes and some significant price movement. So in this case, of course, this is a bullish change signal, but let's look at the 5 years chart and see how extreme orange juice is. You can see that the last major extreme was this bullish extreme back in the end of 2013. We've moved away from that level, and of course bearish levels are pretty far from now at the moment. So it's really I would say the change that may affect prices and of course in the near term. Moving on to the Japanese yen, we have a 20% change over there in commercials positions, 14 in large speculators and 37 in small speculators. Of course, if you look at the chart, you can see that in small speculators, sometimes we've got some pretty decent large changes. It's not that significant if you look at large speculators, a bit larger in the commercials, I would say. Of course, it's a bearish COT change signal. Opening a 5 years chart, let's have a look at the extreme. As we talked about this many times before, this was our last major extreme, a bullish COT extreme signal that, as you can see, was successful until now, since prices could not go below that level. Of course, they weren't able to significantly rally, but they're still high from that level. Bearish extreme levels are far, bullish not that far. I'd say that this extreme is still in place and affecting prices at the moment as well. Moving on to large speculators COT Extreme. Here we go. We've got a 342 report extreme in British pound. That's a pretty large extreme, a bearish one. You can see prices are rallying pretty steadily. So big question is, when is price gonna react to this unquestionably large extreme that we have in the British pound? So keep your eyes on the British pound. There's some pretty great opportunities over there if you look at the extreme. Soybeans, our next market. Interestingly, commercials have become more net long than large speculators. Only small speculators are taking the short side of the market at the moment. Let's open a 5 years chart and see everything on a wider perspective. You can see that we have reached a significant bullish COT extreme level. The last time we had such an extreme was back in 2011, the end of 2011, and as you can see, was a pretty effective signal if you look at the chart. We are expecting something similar to happen Of course, we may need to wait a few more weeks, but it's definitely there. The extreme is there, and you should pay attention to the soybeans market. Silver, our last market for the review to analyze. Let's open a 5-year chart right away and see this 81 report extreme that we've got in silver. Let's not forget about the more bullish extremes that we had a few weeks ago, pushing prices higher. But as you can see, very dynamically, traders have changed their mind about the market, and we are getting closer and closer to bearish extreme levels. We're not there yet, so this rally, of course, may continue for a few more weeks, maybe. But it's definitely there, and you should be aware of that fact that we're not that far from bearish extreme levels if you were to take a long trade a few weeks or a month ago. Okay, that's going to be all for this week. If you would like to have a look at other COT charts, you can do so at our COT charts page. But if you would like to have a more in-depth and detailed COT analysis, you can check out our COT analysis page. Of course, you can look at all COT report types that are available, all data types. You can do your historical analysis, look at older reports. Of course, you can look at all markets, market complexes as well. And of course, add other great functions to the table that are very useful. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.